Good morning to you,
Issue in the news: about 3,000 Cameroonians are now actively involved in wheat cultivation across the 10 regions of the country. Irene Tata has a chat with the national president of the Cameroon Wheat Development Cooperative Society, Bashirus Tata, who is hopeful that the move will yield more fruits in the days ahead. Take a listen.
The wheat business is going very well. As of now, Cawdev is grading her seeds for next July planting, and packaging is going on, and also receiving bookings from our production basin groups that shall be doing the production. So in Cawdev, we have our marketing strategy that is a kind of corporate and network approach blended all together.
So what's the meaning of corporate and network marketing?
There's the cooperative marketing approach that people bring their crops together and look for a bigger market to have a bigger bargaining power as well. And there's this network approach too that is of recent has come to aid in the sense that you build a complete network, a market for yourself. Yeah. In our context, we build a market for ourselves that we'll be using to sell our own products, so that at the end we become the producer and the buyer.
Okay.
We don't need to go shouting so much for advertisement. Like, for example, with our production basin approach, what we are doing is that we've identified a wide market through our network that we are selling our produce. You understand, we had about 30 tons of cereal this season. They're all is getting scarce, but we have not advertised any market because the market is still us. In the sense that we have about 300 production basins, and each production basin is made up of at least 10 farmers. So that is approximately 3,000 farmers. And when we blend the family farming approach, which inculcates at least from 3 to 5 persons, we understand that these our farmers, they come from families or from other backgrounds with other people, and we use them now to reach out to the other people. So if, for instance, each farmer in our production basin has access to 3 to 5 more people, that is almost 6 to 10,000 people we are directly dealing with. And that's a huge market. It's a huge market that will channel our products through, both the seeds, both the finished products as well.
So would I be right to say that the marketing strategy the cooperative is putting together would help farmers to quickly, sell their products or produce?
Exactly. The cooperative is a market for the farmers. So when the cooperative receives from the farmers now, they go a long way to sell in a network, organized market that we are already sure of. We know who we will sell to. That is a kind of backup market. We are not saying that we will not sell in the public market. We will sell in the public market. But where we have difficulties with the public market, we fall back to our internal market, which is there steady and sure. So that is enough guarantee for what we are doing. We are introducing a new product into the market that is going to have a lot of challenges. People adapting the new product. Not that it's bad, but it takes time for people to adapt to a new diet. So we've done now, we blend the corporate and the network approach, inclusive in a family farming model that is going to serve as a backup market for our produce and our products.
National President of the Cameroon Wheat Development Cooperative Society, Cawdev, Bashirus Tata. What are some of the success stories?
We are moving well. The last time we projected to reach out to 3,500 farmers to participate in the cultivation for this year, July 2023. But we are almost at 3,000 farmers, where we are still months to. So by July, when we begin, I'm sure we're going to go above the 3,500 projected farmers to participate in the production. So we are bringing as many farmers as possible to our platform so that they should be part and parcel of the farming that's going to take over part of our income or livelihood. So we want people to witness it, to participate and to know more about, to gain some experience as we prepare to go into mass production in the years to come. We simply open up and we find people coming willfully and joining our network. When somebody comes willfully, it's hard for that person to leave. We discourage adventurers from coming in because most often when people see an upcoming opportunity, adventurers would like to fall in to try to see how they can exploit it. They will discourage it with some conditions to get just the resilient actors. We want to work with the resilient actors. Those are some of the strategies we do to naturally select resilient actors that will participate in our programs. And another interesting aspect was the creation of a microfinance institution within our system, Cawdev Microfinance Institution, which is there to help us finance our members' projects through granting of loans, through grants, and through other special sponsorship programs that we shall be coming up with. Cawdev envisages a situation where we groom our farmers to grow, unlike in other projects where a farmer rushes to acquire either a loan or applies for a grant because the grant was publicized or advertised. It's not in our case like that. So in our case, each and every farmer prepares his or herself and then goes for financing at his right time. Because there's this experience. If you happen to find a loan scheme now being advertised by an agency, you will have, for example, 10 bags of fertilizer, and by end of the year or next year you start paying. The farmers will run to have the loan, which is out of their prepared time, and it will be difficult for them to pay. So when we groom farmers within our microfinance, they grow progressively. We see how each and every one, the strength of the farmer is determined from how he handles his financial issues. He prepares his financial background ahead of a boom. So it will be that criteria that will be qualifying the farmers to be acquiring financial aid from our structure. And it also reduces this idea of filling forms, writing applications, waiting for uncertainty, and so on and so forth. So we want people to be working and being assured that at the end of the day, they make it from their plan at their own time.
Mr. Basilius Tata, National President of the Cameroon Wheat Development Cooperative Society, Cawdev. Any challenges?
Yeah, agriculture production in particular, we have to look into soil conservation because from the soil that we have the good produce. So the challenges we have are trying to really create sustainable production ecosystems that shall bring forth the produce that we intend to have. That's a big challenge for our farmers to understand. In that respect, we try to bring in some additional crops like castor seeds that we plant just to conserve the soil. Because when it stands and grows, it helps to manure the soil in farmers' language, and then the seeds they harvest could be added value and sold as castor oil. We've also introduced sunflower, which is also serving as a rotation crop, and then too, its value is going to be high. So that is the fundamental challenge. Other challenges could be inputs like fertilizers, like pesticides, and so on. But those ones can be acquired. But these fundamental ones, like preparing sustainable production ecosystem, is the key, because once you bounce around any other input without the right soil that is going to give you the produce you want, you will, at the end of the day, you will keep harvesting to an extent, but at the end of time, you will discover that your scheme was not a sustainable scheme. And equally, to guard that aspect well, we decided to add a technical slot in our chat groups called the Essential Technical Tips, where technical volunteers, they help our farmers to highlight some techniques we have to adapt to in the course of our production challenge.
Any last word before we take leave of you?
If I'm to say one or two things, I must have to mention the Crtv for the effort you guys have been making to reach out to me. The Cawdev team is really, really happy about the effort the national media is making to inform Cameroonians about our activity. We use other methods like online to talk to other people, but with CRTV, they dig into our plan and expose it to the wider community, and the feedback is very positive. So I also like to thank the courageous farmers who have taken up the challenge to build, to engage in this cultivation. Our future is us. We cannot keep complaining from one media house or from one WhatsApp group to the other. Blaming the state, blaming ourselves is not the solution. So the solution is really embracing and doing something to bridge the challenge we have. Immediate actions like just going straight to the farm to plan to solve your hunger problem is better. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Basilius Tata, National President of the Cameroon Wheat Development Corporation, Cawdev. It was a pleasure having you on the program.
Thank you, Irene. It's also a pleasure for me. Thank you.
That was interesting. Wheat cultivation is taking a different turn, and he says about 3,000 farmers have so far actively participated in the production of wheat. Means in some months there will be abundance of wheat in the country. What a great news there, and courage to the team. And that was Irene Tata in a telephone chat with the national president of the Cameroon Wheat Development Cooperative Society, Basilius Tata. Daybreak on CRTV still to come, our Tuesday feature.